Hi everyone, we are on step number 4 of our 7 steps of incorporating a whole food, plant-based diet into your lifestyle. And I think that step number 4 is actually going to be a little bit easier of an adjustment and a change that you can make into your lifestyle on a daily basis. But it's going to have such a huge impact on the amount of nutrients that you bring into your body, as well as making that transition from processed foods to whole foods. So step number 4 is to replace your refined grains for whole grains. So this is going to be something like your white rice. So white rice is highly processed and it's stripped of its nutrients. So an easy swap out is to do brown rice. Or another alternative is brown jasmine rice. That is another whole grain, but it's a little bit more of a milder flavor than the brown rice. You can also do things like quinoa, barley, and farro. Those are all wonderful alternatives, and they're all whole grains. They all have different tastes and textures, so you kind of just have to play around with it and see which one works for you. Another one that we're going to want to switch out is our pasta. So instead of doing white pasta, you would want to do something like a whole grain or wheat pasta. If you don't love the taste, I've heard a lot of people tell me that they don't really love the taste of a whole grain pasta. It's a little bit too strong for them. Try one of the veggie or bean pastas. Some of them are actually really good, and you just have to be careful not to overcook them because they tend to fall apart a little bit easier than a regular pasta, but they have good flavor as well. And another area where you'd want to switch something out would be if you use white flour. Again, that's highly processed, stripped of its nutrients. You'd want to switch that out for something like a whole wheat flour that also has a very strong taste to it. You can do something like a spelt flour. There's chickpea flour, almond flour. Again, different tastes to everything, but they're all wonderful alternatives that are whole grains. Another area that we'd want to switch out as well is going to be your bread. And this one is going to be a little bit more complicated than the others. So instead of doing a white bread, you can do a wheat bread. Try looking for a whole grain bread. The issue with the wheat bread is some of them, not all of them, aren't actually a whole grain. So wheat doesn't necessarily mean whole grain. What they do is they'll sometimes add in things like raisin juice concentrate or molasses to change the color so that it looks a little bit more healthy, and it's actually not a whole grain. So just check your ingredients, look for added sugar with your bread. The only one that I've really been able to find without any added sugar is the Ezekiel bread that's found in the frozen section. That one's a really good one. Other than that, most of them I've found have either oil or sugar added in. So just check labels, check ingredients, try different things, see what you like. But stay away from the white and the processed grains. They just don't do anything for us, unfortunately. My tip for today is to stock your cupboards. So when you're making this transition to going whole food plant-based, it's really easy to get off track. And when you're hungry, the quickest thing to do is to either stop at a drive-through or to stop at the grocery store. And if you're really hungry, you're not thinking about making something, you're going to pick up something that's processed and quick and easy to make. But if you have something already in your cupboards, like your whole grain pasta, your brown rice, you can quickly just make those and have them on hand already, and you don't have to worry about going to the store to get something. I always keep those types of things on hand in my cupboard, as well as canned beans and frozen vegetables. So that way I can easily just grab it, and I'll do like instant brown rice and microwave it even. Instant brown rice, frozen vegetables, and a can of beans, and just throw it into one dish and add some seasoning, and that's dinner. So it doesn't have to be complicated, but keep your cupboards stocked so that you're not tempted to make those choices by picking up something highly processed. I will see you tomorrow for step number 5. Let me know how you guys are doing with these steps. We're about halfway through, a little bit more at this point. So let me know what you guys think. See you tomorrow.